back pain, hand pain, brain damage. So I play guitar for a while now, and sometimes I noticed I'm limited by my technical abilities, especially speed. And there's nothing worse than if you want to record a song with you, but you can't because you're just too bad at your instrument. And thus I made a plan. So for the past 7 days I practiced guitar 5 hours a day with the focus on fast alternate picking and sweep picking and also some others. So did I get better? Spoiler, yes. But how much did I get better? Which obstacles did I face? What realizations did I have that could also help you with your own practice or I don't know, your life? All this and many more questions will be answered in this upcoming journey, this exciting training, like this. You know, in the past I often struggled with practice because I thought, oh, I need to make the perfect practice plan with technique and improvisation and harmony and melody and rhythmic stuff. And in the end resulted in me practicing nothing. Please don't do that. What works way better for me is to just focus on a couple of things and then I practice this for some time, for instance for a week, 5 hours a day. And then when I get sick of the routine or when I reach the goal like learning a song, I just switch it up and practice something else. What also helps me a lot is just to make a clear plan and then I follow it. So when I sit down to practice, I don't have to think about what I want to practice, how I want to practice. I already have the plan, but don't overcomplicate the plan. So don't look for the perfect plan for 3 weeks and then you practice nothing. But make a clear plan, follow that plan, and you will get better. It's that simple. So what was the clear plan for this week? First, warm up. Actually not really warm up, it's already a technique practice, but whatever. So for the right hand, so for the left hand, some legato stuff, like that, like that, like that, and like the video. And some selective picking just to practice hammer-ons, no crazy, it was in a bassy stuff. So then for my right hand, just some downstrokes to metronome, playing as fast as possible. So you can finally play songs that require fast downstrokes. That's it for the warm-up, and now let's get to the stuff I really want to improve on. My speed. Let's start with shredding triplets. For that I just used the first half of the psychosocial solo, because I learned it once. And I was too lazy to learn something new, and that's why I used it. And then the second speed thing, shredding 16th notes. Just chromatic stuff, shredding up and down like that, and then the opposite. Yeah. And then what's missing? Sweep picking. A major pattern, a minor pattern, a diminished pattern. Ooh, evil. First low, just trying to get it clean, and playing with distortion definitely helps, because if there's string noise you will hear it with distortion. And then just playing it to a metronome as fast as possible. So after the practice routine was established, I just had to practice, and all sorts of interesting things started to happen. So let's start with day 1, 3 hours of practice done. What surprises me is that the 3 hours were not even that long. Yeah, it turns out practicing 5 hours a day isn't even that much, and if you want the hours fly by even faster, you can watch some videos, some films, some I don't know what you want on the side. This definitely made my practice week a lot less tedious. I can recommend this. But not everything was great. Something bad was creeping up. Pain. And I'm not talking about the pain you have from pressing down the strings with your fingers. Also had that the first 2 days, but that's not a problem. But what I'm talking about is pain in my forearm, wrist and fingers. And then I realized something. When I play, especially when I play fast, both my hands, left and right, tense up, and it's completely unnecessary. So what does this mean? I have to chill. So from that point forward I tried to really relax my hands, my forearms, everything. And the speed was the same, the pain was less, and that's what I did from that point forward. But my hands weren't the only things that hurt. What also hurt was my lower back. But that was fairly easy to fix. I just changed my sitting positions once in a while, and I also played kind of sitting on a couch. Felt better for my back. And thus I continued my practice, and it was awesome. It's just something really satisfying about throwing yourself into a multiple hour practice session and you see the results that your hard work yields, and it's awesome. But after some days I slowly had to accept that something needed to be done, something I really didn't want to do. So the update of day 4. I noticed that my hand is tensing up and it's hurting when I kind of do like this. Enough for today. Tomorrow I will see if it's better and gone. If not, take a break. There was nothing I could do. A 3 days break was required. And first I thought, okay, maybe I just push through the pain, but I didn't, and I think that was a wise choice, definitely, because I really didn't want to get tendonitis, something like that. However, since I wanted the full 7-day practice week, I just added 3 days after the 3-day break, so in total still 7 days. Doesn't really make difference, and this just really shows how important it is to take breaks. Maybe if I took more breaks before, I could have powered through the 7 days. But anyway, if you practice, if you play fast, give your hands some rest, just 1-2 minutes, maybe a 15-minute break in between. But of course you have to also practice, not just take breaks. And thus I took my 3-day break, and when I came back from this break, oh boy, all the pain was gone and playing guitar felt smooth. I never experienced something like this ever before. And I must say, taking a break just to experience this feeling for half an hour was totally worth it. Totally. It was so smooth, it was crazy, man. But let's not get distracted, there was still a mission to complete. 3 days of practice left, and since the pain was gone, there was just one barrier to overcome. Demotivation. What did I do? Just practice anyways. And it was worth it, because after a while the motivation came back. So when you're demotivated, at some point just keep pushing and the motivation will come back. And it did not just came back, it came back bigger than ever, and at the last day I felt unstoppable. So last day I'm gonna shred like a king. And I got the most out of this last day because I followed the simple principle of first starting at a slow tempo, trying to play everything as clean as possible. And then you move 10 BPM up, 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 up. And then when it gets harder and harder, you can also do like 5 BPM. And then at some point you will reach your final maximum BPM, and then you play there for a while, just get used to it, try to get comfortable there. And then you go beyond your maximum BPM and do what John Petrucci once said in Rock Discipline, and just
kill yourself.
And you do that until you reach a point where you can't keep up anymore in any capacity. Your fingers just don't move that fast, and then you climb the whole BPM ladder down again. And when you have 5 hours of practice a day, you can repeat this cycle a couple of times. Take breaks, of course, but not too much. You have to practice, and then after some time, I can guarantee you will get cleaner, faster, better. It will happen eventually, 100%. And that's what I did the whole week, especially the last few days. And now I'm way better. It was so worth it. And now I'm gonna show you how much worth it was. This part is a little bit scary, you know, because you will know exactly how good I am, exactly how much I suck. Yeah, but so for the legato stuff, everything is a lot more cleaner, the notes are more evenly spaced, and I also have more endurance in my hand. I can play longer before my hands get tired, which is very nice, and the selective picking also got cleaner, but all this left hand stuff is completely boring. So now just get to the right hand downstrokes, because then we can compare BPM numbers, and the numbers don't lie. So before my extensive practice week, I struggled with downpicking at 90 BPM. Straight downpicking was almost impossible. Downpicking with some hammer-ons for hand relaxation was doable, but hard. Now playing at 90 BPM is easy, even straight downpicking, no problem at all. 95 BPM is where it gets hard, and 100 BPM is doable but extremely hard. And you know what that means? I can finally play songs that require fast downstrokes, and this is great. This definitely expands the pool of possible play stuff. And now it gets really interesting. Triplet shredding speed. A long time ago, where I could only dream of the skills I now possess, so basically before the week of practice, 170 BPM was my comfort tempo, and then 180 to 190 BPM was challenging. area. And maybe on a good day I could attempt to play at 200, but I utterly failed by doing so. But now 180 to 190 BPM is easy. 200 is my new comfort tempo, more or less. Still sloppy here and there, but whatever. And I'm proud to announce that I can even push myself past the 200 up to the 240 BPM. But that is extremely sloppy area. Not gonna. Don't criticize it, please. That's just the maximum speed where my fingers are still able to move along, nothing more. But also nothing less. So, chromatic 16th notes shredding. Spoiler, I got better. I went from struggling at 150 BPM to now playing chilled like I don't know what. So the new limit is now 180 for clean playing, at 200 for a little bit sloppy playing. And this just feels nice because it actually feels like fast shredding. And I'm pretty proud about that, not gonna lie. And now the last discipline, sweep picking. It definitely got cleaner, less unwanted string noise, and in terms of speed I went from 130 absolute maximum to 150 absolute maximum. But obviously the higher the tempo, the sloppier, the more string noise, And this is all the progress I made in 7 days of practice, 5 hours a day. But now, don't click away, because the most important stuff is yet to come. All the life-changing realization that I had in this week. Okay, maybe not life-changing, but there's something really interesting I noticed. 5 hours are not that much. You can just chill, practice, and it's extremely satisfying because you can always see the progress you make. And you make the progress really fast, and I can definitely recommend it. Another thing I noticed is that since I now know how much guitar practice I can make, pretty much all insecurities about my guitar playing are gone. Before this week I often thought, I'm not as good as I want to be and as I should be and I don't know what. But now I know I just have to practice and I will get better, and it's not even that hard. Now you may think, why then you just don't practice 5 hours every day from now on? Truth is, I really would like to do that. But the problem is, I also would like to do that with a lot of other things. 10 hours of music production every day, 10 hours of drum practice, 10 hours of guitar practice, dropping 1, 2, 3 videos every week, day, you know? And now you probably realize that this doesn't work out that way. I just like to do a lot of things, and I would really love to dump all my energy and time into every single one of these things. But that's not possible, which sucks, but it's okay. I can live with that. But to know I could level up guitar playing really fast if I want to and just focus on it is really nice to know after all. And with that being said, just make a practice plan and start to practice and subscribe.